Cast iron water pipes, first installed in 1894, have served Manchester Village well over the past 124 years, but all things come to an end sometime. New 8-inch wide water pipes will be put into place along one side of Main Street from the corner of Union Street to Prospect Street in the Village starting next week, on April 23rd. Work was supposed to have begun this week, but a late-season storm of sleet, hail, and freezing rain on Monday, April 16th, pushed the start date back. The installation of the new water lines is expected to be completed by early September, perhaps sooner if the weather cooperates. The reasons for the need to replace the older pipes are driven by the need for more water line capacity for fire hydrants mainly. The ones in place between the courthouse and Prospect Street are not in service because the lines that feed them are too small. Also, water transmission standard regulations have changed as well over time, said Town Manager John O'Keefe, along with Christina Haskins, the Vice President of Dufresne Engineering. They designed the project, and it will be installed by local contractor Herman Construction.
The technology that's used in water transmission nowadays is different. Those were 4-inch mains at the time, and that was pretty much the standard back then. 4-inch not galvanized, cast iron. The smallest that we put in on hydrant services now is 8. So I mean, we have some 6 left in town, mostly 8s. We have some 10s and some 12s, depending on where it is. So the 4-inch is really past its time. Hydrants had been shut down a couple years ago in the village, tagged out because the state has rules on the minimum service line for hydrants, and the reason is that fire companies they're actually sucking the water out of the pipes nowadays. The pumper trucks are so powerful, so it actually pulled water out of the system, and you could have some backflow issues, and even actually pulling water out of people's houses.
We probably would see leaks if they were happening. That wasn't the main driver on this. It was really the regulatory aspect with the pipes being too small to comply with the current rules, and the paving project, coordination with that.
The Waterline Project is being coordinated with a state paving project scheduled to start next year. By getting the new water pipes installed now, the new pavement won't have to be ripped up in the near future and paved all over again. O'Keefe, Haskins, and others involved in the project held a meeting at Town Hall on April 12th with residents to explain the project and answer questions. Property owners along the construction route may find this a good time to consider replacing their water service line from the shutoff valve to their building. This is not mandatory and would have to be paid for by the homeowners. It's possible that traffic on parts of Main Street will be affected at times during the construction phase. Traffic shouldn't be inconvenienced too badly around the courthouse area, but it could be a tight squeeze as the installation of new pipes heads southward around Hildene, O'Keefe said.
The area in front of the courthouse where the contractor is probably going to start, there's a lot of pavement width there, so we think we should be able to manage two-way traffic in that area, with some, traffic slowing down through that work zone. And then further up the road will actually be mostly in the shoulder, in the grass strip. The one area that's going to get really tight is right near Hildene, kind of going up the hill there, heading south, probably between the cemetery and the Seth Warner Inn. In that little stretch there, we're going to be pretty tight, and that might be one-way traffic, but we're going to try to manage that as best we can. Anytime we do something like this, construction-wise, it is a headache for drivers, but I think the contractor has a really good plan to try to manage through that.
The project is part of a broader upgrade of the town's water lines already underway. One stretch along Route 7A from Barnumville Road to the Town Hall, and another from the Orvis flagship store to the corner of Main Street, West Road, and Seminary Avenue, has already been done. This is the next stage in the process, and it is expected to cost about $1.2 million. The entire water project is being financed through a $3 million public bond authorized by voters at the 2017 Manchester Town Meeting. For the GNet TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.